Hello, I'm Eleanor. Join me to make your own world in your window, a beautiful display of colour in your window to celebrate the Festival of Saturnalia with everybody on your street. So let's look at the materials you might need. You will need coloured tissue paper, or if the windows in your house get a lot of condensation, you might want to colour in baking paper instead. You'll also need black card. And if you have access to a printer, you might want to download and print out the different templates I've made for this activity. Don't worry if not, because you can simply draw and cut out your own designs. You also need a pencil, a pair of scissors, a glue stick, and sellotape. You'll also need a window to decorate and your imagination. You might also want to print and use the step-by-step instruction sheet. There are a few different ways to decorate your window, so I'm going to show you a few examples and you can decide which you would find most fun. One really fun and easy way to decorate your window is to cut simple shapes like stars and circles out of tissue paper. So here I'm folding the tissue paper over and over. I've actually got a few different colours in there too. And when I come to cutting my star out with my pair of scissors, it's going to give me lots of stars in different colours. To make this easier, I actually made a template of a star shape first, and then I drew round that and I cut it out with my scissors. So when I open these stars out, you'll be able to see that different colours change each other when they overlap. So if I lay a blue over a light green, that looks different from if I lay the light green over the blue. When your pictures are in the window, the light from the inside is going to shine through. So I've put the stars on my light box to help you imagine what it could look like. I've also done the same with some orange and yellow circles. You could just create a picture by overlapping simple shapes. You can also create frames out of black card or paper. I've used the leaf wreath that I made as a template. I printed this off and then I cut it out and stuck it together to make one big wreath. You don't have to use my template, you could draw your own designs of leaves or stars or anything else that you'd like to. Once you've made a frame, you can fill it with layers of colourful tissue paper. I attached the tissue paper to mine by putting glue on the back and then ripping strips of tissue and just laying them out onto the glue. I also held some of them together with bits of sellotape so they wouldn't move when I lifted it. When I turn it over, you can see that the wreath is now full of bright strips of tissue, some laid over the others, creating different colours and effects. I then cut some leaves in exactly the same way that I made the stars and the circles. And I laid these out on the back and stuck them down with sellotape. And if I put this on my light box, you can see how the darker leaves actually shine through and they're much more visible through the light green tissue paper than they were on my table. You could try ripping the tissue paper into large, colourful pieces that overlap to form landscapes or water. However, think about how different colours will look when they overlap. So for example, here I want to have bright stars or a moon in the sky. When I put the dark blue tissue paper over it, it changes the colour of the stars and it makes them more green. It also makes the landscape look very blue. So instead, what I did was I took my scissors and I roughly cut away a similar shape so the green of the landscape could shine through. So I could have a glowing moon. I actually cut a moon shape out of the tissue paper. When I line everything up, you can see that the landscape and the moon are much brighter now and there are lighter colours in the dark background. I also played and experimented, so I added a yellow circle over the top of the moon, and this made it glow. And I also cut out some of my other templates so they formed silhouettes, which I put down with sellotape to make it look more like a landscape with planets and trees. I decided to do a green landscape in my window with a forest of silhouetted trees. So I stuck them onto the window with sellotape. Then I lay a layer of blue tissue paper over the top, which I'd cut small stars into. From the inside, my picture looked nice. It looked colourful, but didn't look really exciting. But when I looked at it from outside, with the light shining on it from inside my house, it began to look really magical. You can shine a lamp onto your window to make it even brighter for passers-by. I hope you have a wonderful time making your windows and celebrating the festival.